Hi, welcome to the Onesie Cook Show. Today I'm going to be making salmon pasta with a slight sort of Indian twist, and obviously in my tiger suit. But the wife, I will introduce you to her shortly. Actually, let me introduce you to her. There's Sim in the cow onesie. So she's going to video me whilst I make this dish. So what you need: some good quality pasta. You can choose any pasta. Some decent smoked salmon, cream, cheese, some butter, some saffron, pepper, chilies, eggs, 2 eggs, good quality virgin olive oil, some garlic, obviously, several cloves and onions, and some dill.
One onion.
And some pomegranate. So thankfully the wife's prepared that already for me. But what I've got already on the boil is some water. So what we're going to do is kick off straight away and start preparing the sauce for the pasta dish. Right, what you want to do is get some butter on the boil. So I'm actually cooking
Butter on the hob, not on the boil.
Yeah, actually on the hob. I'm actually cooking for probably about 6 to 8 people. So obviously you can adjust it. I'm not going to give you exact measurements throughout this. So what you've got to do is go with your gut instinct. You can see I'm not doing exact measurements neither. So put the butter on full heat, and what you want to do is you want to get a wooden spoon, just so you're not scraping the metal into the dish. So see as soon as the butter starts to melt, you want to throw, actually that's not enough, I'm going to throw a tiny bit more, because I've got to say, this is a very rich dish. So make sure you have it during the day, and you've got plenty of exercise planned afterwards, albeit in the night. Right, as the butter starts melting, throw the onions in. As I'm doing this, what I want to do is I'm going to, after probably around about a minute of browning the onion, I'm going to throw the garlic in. But whilst I've got the onions on full heat, I'm going to throw the pasta in the water. That's got to take about 7 to 8 minutes on boiling water, and you want it depends on how firm you want it. If you want it firm, you need to do it for around about 5 to 6 minutes, obviously if you want it soft. What the Italians do, apparently, obviously they add the pasta to the sauce as opposed to adding the sauce to the pasta, so that's what we're going to do here. So I've just thrown the pasta into the boiling water, as you can see, and the onions are sweating away. And we want to squash some garlic into it straight away, really. So I'm using around about 6 cloves. So yeah. Depends on how garlicky you like your food. So just squeeze them in. You can obviously finely chop the garlic in, your preference.
The onion was 1 onion, it was finely chopped as well.
Thank you, the wife. Feel free to add commentary throughout. Yeah, so a full onion, full red onion, finely chopped. But ideally a glamorous assistant dressed in a cow suit. That's if you can. So I've just roughly chopped that in, and even the larger pieces, the wife's very kindly stirring it to me. Reason being, oops, that wasn't planned, but right, scrape all the garlic out. And throw it all in. So that's en route. And what you want to do thereafter is you want some decent saffron, and you want to throw this in. If you can open it. So I've got some Spanish saffron here, and as you can see, it depends on how much you want. You only need a tiny bit because it is very flavoursome, extremely
so
flavoursome.
a pinch, basically.
A pinch, that's all you need. So you've got that, and then let's pour some salt in. Yeah?
Say a tablespoon of salt.
Yeah, 1.5 tablespoons of salt. And whilst we're at it, let's throw some salt in the pasta, along with some olive oil. And that's cooking. And whilst we're doing this, I will reduce the heat. If you have a look at this, it's browning nicely. What I tend to do sometimes is add a tiny bit of sugar. If you've got some brown sugar, throw half a teaspoon of sugar in, and it caramelises the onion wonderfully. Thank you. Right, I'm going to move my dill aside.
These are brown now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. And what we want to do now is throw some of the salmon in. I've got a big chunk of salmon here, if you have a look here. And you can chop it up how you want. I'm going to chop it up into little cubes, but it'll all break up whilst getting cooked.
Normally the videos only last a couple of minutes, but this one is lasting
This
a little
one's
bit
extra
longer.
long, but
That's because my husband likes to talk for England.
but my wife is also quite sarcastic, and she doesn't realise that some of the videos are on there for 10 minutes. So apologies, audience.
Right, these are now practically
Cooked.
overcooked.
Right, what we're going to do, throw the salmon in. Again, on very low heat. Doesn't need too much heat. And what you want to do is slowly stir that along, and you can smell the wonderful smell of smoked salmon. Right, now it's ready, because what you don't want to do is put chilli in too early, because it tends to burn. So I've got some chilli here, and we throw some in. And if you have a look at that, look how much I've thrown in now. There you have it. So all we've put in so far is some saffron, some chilli, some salt, and now what we're going to add is the dill. So we're going to throw that in and just blend that in there. Turn it over. And if you have a look at the pasta, it's getting lovely. And you can, don't be afraid to use the same spoon, as you can see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on, because I don't think I put enough water in that, but make sure it gets cooked off. So within this salmon, what I want to do is pour some cream. And what I'm doing is I'm adding probably half of this tub, which is 600 ml, so I'm putting in 300 ml. There you have it. Just to add a few more herbs, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of paprika in it. There you go. And last but not least, can't have a pasta dish without some basil. So there you go. A decent amount of basil. Now what we want to do is we want to reduce this, so I'm going to turn up the heat again. So we want to reduce this, cook the salmon in. So the reason I put the salmon in last was smoked salmon cooks very easily. And if you fancy putting a tiny little drop of vino in it, feel free. No doubt. Right, this is well on its way. Just to check on the pasta. If you bring the camera over here, wife, so it's looking over the dish. Thank you. The pasta, as you can see, is nearly there. And so is the cream. Got to say, it smells lovely. And whilst we're doing this, once the cream is reducing, what I'm going to do is get the egg ready. You have a look at that. I bought this contraption the other day. I've never used it before. If you have a look. Thank you. And what it's supposed to do is separate the egg yolk. So if you bring it closer, let's see if it works. First time I'm using it.
Hand in the way.
Oh, fantastic. That's worked well.
It's gone through.
Has it not worked well?
No, it's gone through.
Let's see. Let's try to catch some of it. There you go. I've got some of it. It's not as good as I thought. Let me try it again. This is how you don't crack an egg open. That seems to have worked
You have to grab
a
it
bit
straight
better.
away. And chuck it in the pot.
There you go. Perfect. So we've got 2 egg yolks.
Eggshell.
As you can see, the sauce is thickening up wonderfully.
Give that a stir. Oh, that's really thick.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. Just reduce the heat a little whilst you have a sip. What I sometimes like to do, throw a bit of cheese in at this stage, thicken it, help the thickening up process.
This video is now 20 minutes long.
Okay. Right, we're nearly there. Let's just check on the pasta. There. That's perfect. What we can do is drain the pasta. So we can drain the pasta.
I think everyone should know how to drain pasta.
We want to leave a